When using the ZaveIT platform, many MSPs want the ability to white label the experience and use their own domain. This creates a more professional, branded, and seamless experience for their customers. In this demo, you will learn how to configure it. Today I'm going to set up a custom domain for one of our demo providers, called ZaveIT. Now, the first step is to go to Settings, and then open Domain. Here, we can see the current domain for this environment. Right now, it is using the default ZaveIT demo domain. So I choose Full Custom Domain to set up the ZaveIT domain. This is also known as an FQDN, or Fully Qualified Domain Name. In the first step, I enter the domain I want to use. In most cases, the customer already uses their main domain for their website, so the usual setup is to add a subdomain in front of it. In this example, I will use Portal ZaveIT. Then I click Continue. Here you can see the instructions you need to complete the setup. So your domain points to the right place. These instructions can be copied in full and sent to whoever manages your DNS. Or you can copy the individual values manually if you're doing the setup yourself. So you need to add two things. One of them is an Acme challenge record, which is used to verify domain ownership for the SSL certificate. I copy the record name, then I create a new CNAME record in the DNS provider. As you can see, we use Uniweb. I paste in the name, then copy the target value from ZaveIT and paste that into the destination field. This means I am telling the domain that the Acme challenge for this subdomain should point to the secure validation endpoint provided by ZaveIT. Once that record is added, I can continue with the remaining required DNS configuration in the same way. The next one is the actual domain pointer. So I copy the value, add a new record, this is also a CNAME, paste in the value for both the name and the target. After the DNS records are in place, I return back to the MSP portal. To make sure everything is configured correctly, I click Verify Domain. This step is important because it checks that everything has been set up properly before you save the configuration. The verification runs 3 checks. First, it checks the domain challenge. Second, it checks the platform CNAME. And third, it performs a self-check to confirm that the platform can actually be reached through the custom domain. When all 3 checks pass, I know the configuration is valid. Now I click Continue and then Save. Behind the scenes, ZaveIT now registers this domain as valid for the platform and finalizes the secure configuration. At the same time, the required certificate is issued so the domain can be used securely. And that's it. The custom domain is now configured and ready to use.